Yo, what up? Today I want to talk about empathy, how it impacts your life, how it impacts your relationships, and most importantly, how to cultivate it. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. Now, I want to put some emphasis on how important it actually is to have empathy nowadays. Nowadays, lots of people, including me, I, catch myself, people always want to talk. This is like that. This is the right way. This is how it's supposed to be. But not a lot of people take a break and actually take a pause and listen. Like lots of people have actually the tendency to talk and talk and talk, but nobody actually takes the time to listen to others. It's a crucial thing nowadays because a lot of people feel very misunderstood. I myself also feel very misunderstood oftentimes because people always have this tendency to talk and say how things are, but actually nobody almost takes the time to just listen, and genuinely tries to understand me or others, because I'm not the only one here. And that's why I want to make this video. It's crucial for us sometimes as human beings to listen to each other, to not have this frame up front we put on people or this label, we think, because oftentimes we think how things are and we say to ourselves we know and oh, I feel you and I understand you, but do we actually do that? I think if we can take more time to listen to each other, that we can actually get way farther with things in life towards each other, We can achieve way more, we can have way more compassion for ourselves and for others, way more understanding for others, and therefore have less miscommunication and have less clash with each other. Because oftentimes what happens is people feel very misunderstood, and because they feel misunderstood, bad things happen from there. I actually genuinely believe that everybody has a right to be understood. So in my opinion, empathy is very important and it's actually crucial to understand each other. Now, I want to make also another emphasis on what empathy is not. Lots of people think if you have empathy for others, that it's actually feeling sorry for others. I've heard people say oh, you expect me to feel sorry for this person now? I don't want to feel sorry for them. Or you just don't feel sorry for the person. You just have no compassion for that one. And the thing I want to say is this is not what empathy means. Empathy simply means just understanding the point of view of the person, what the person is going through, and actually feeling, experiencing. Now, that being said, let's get into how to cultivate empathy, because it is a skill. Everybody can do this, unless you have a personality disorder or somewhat other illness, But then again, then you wouldn't be here. But let's get straight into it. Number one, never judge a person. Now, I want to put some attention or focus on the fact, and this is a fact, this is something nobody can escape, on the fact that we always think we know how things are, but we actually don't. And as a result of that, we always judge people, It's this automatic mechanism that's embodied in us. And we just, we have the tendency to always judge people. We always think we know things, but it is a fact. And I want you to take a brief moment, to actually acknowledge the fact that we don't know. We haven't experienced that person's reality. We haven't experienced that person's life, we are not in his body. We don't know what that person is feeling. We only know what we are feeling. So based on the fact what we are feeling, we are always judging what the other person is feeling. And that, in my opinion, should not be the case. Because again, we are only feeling what we are feeling. And based on what we are feeling, we project on the other person. We literally project our vision, our reality, our world, our little, small universe we have in ourselves onto the other person. And that's just not how it's supposed to be, because we don't know what that person has been through. We only see the effect, what the person is doing or what situation the person is right now, but we don't see the cause, what's been underneath the thing that caused him to do that thing, right? So, taking this into accountability, I want to just say let's all just take a moment, a brief of moment, and just realize that. And also realize that from this point, we cannot judge somebody, right? It's just not fair, It wouldn't be fair to judge someone on something while we don't know the whole history, right? So this is step one. Don't judge. and understand that the person has been going through some stuff which we are not aware of, right? Now, step 2 is actually listening, right? Like if somebody has like a problem and they're telling you, or this person is like sharing with you, like take a moment to actually listen to what this person is telling you, right? And just listen. Don't talk. Don't give your opinion. Don't, say how it's supposed to be, even though you have the temptation to do that and it's like very obvious to you. Don't do that, right? Just listen. Just genuinely like close your mouth, do whatever it's necessary, and just listen. Like actually listen what the person is saying. Like observe him and look at him and just see what the person is saying, right? That's step 2. It's crucial because oftentimes we as people, have the tendency to talk, and because, we say our opinion or we interrupt, we make the person feel misunderstood, right? So we don't want that. We want the person to feel understood, right? We want him to feel that we get it by not talking, by just genuinely listening. Step 3, and this is like the most difficult part. This is like where, the point comes where you make it or break it, is actually like taking a moment and imagining yourself into that person's shoes. So basically after listening, seeing what this person has been telling you, what he's been going through, the situation, basically like the cause of the effect, the reason why things are they are, we try to imagine ourselves in his shoes, what we would have done in the situation, what we would have said, or how we would have reacted basically to the whole situation. And this is not easy, because at that moment you need honesty. Like not a lot of people have the courage to be honest with themselves, right? I can give you an example. Let's say some person is confessing to you that he's gay, but he's like not like very courageous to like come out as a gay person, right? He's kind of afraid actually to tell others, right? That's the thing. You as a straight person are like, oh, but I'm not gay, right? So I cannot feel it. But like actually imagining what it would be to be that person in this specific situation at the moment is actually what, is the hard part about, is actually like the thing that's necessary, right? To actually have empathy. Because from there, once you try to feel what that person is feeling, basically like being in the shoes of the person, you actually can have, or try, not even have, you can try to understand the person, but you cannot even, because we always think like, oh, I know what he's going through. Well, if you've been going through the same thing, well, maybe you can, and then still not 100%, because like every situation is different. There are like little components of lots of things that we, don't take into accountability. But still, if you've went through the similar experience, you can say like, I know what this person is going through, That's why, to take it back to the example, a gay person would confess he's gay way more easily to another gay person because the person has been through the same thing, right? But if the person is not gay, hence why lots of people who are gay also like, have a lot of fear of coming out as a gay person. They confess to other gay people, but there comes the difficulty. What if you're not gay? Will you still be able to understand the person for who he is? That's like the hard part of it. So yeah, like actually trying to, put ourselves into the shoes, of that person and asking ourselves how we would feel, and actually trying to feel what he would be feeling, like putting ourselves into the situation and feeling what we would feel, and then coming from there, trying to understand what actually is going on is like the main thing, how empathy, in my opinion, should be, right? Because we don't know. And again, all we can do is just try and be kind with it, right? And non-judgmental, because at the end of the day, we don't know. So yeah, that's my opinion. I hope this is valuable. If you like this, please subscribe. Maybe like let me know your opinion. Yeah, chat with me. I'm actually pretty curious to know what you think about it. I'm always down to have interesting conversations. So yeah, peace out.